All right. Hello, Sag. We're here for your bonus reading. You guys got the most views, the most likes, and the most comments for June. So we are doing an extra special bonus reading for you. There will be timestamps in the comments so that you can jump around to whatever Saggy placement is specific for you. Or you can listen to the whole message in its entirety and kind of get a very overall specific of what is going on with Sag from different inner worlds, right? And I say that because I'm going to be doing Sag Sun. If you have a Sagittarius Sun placement, that can also be Sagittarian masculine energy. I'm going to be doing one for Sag Moons, which can be a feminine Sagittarian energy. I'm also going to be doing one for Sag Risings, which is definitely the union of the self, the inner child, right, if you're a Sag Rising. And then I will also be doing if you have a natal Sag Jupiter. All right, so if you have Jupiter dignified in Sag, that will be a specific message just for you. Now, for those of you who do not have Sag Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, I'm going to pull some pineapple charms for you to see if there is a message in here that you can take away from it, having a different significant Sagittarian placement. Maybe you have a Sag Mars, maybe you have a Sag Venus, maybe you have Sag Neptune, right? Maybe you have a different Sagittarian placement. So I'm going to pull some pineapple charms for you. Just to see if there is something in here that you could take from it, right? So pineapple charming. I've given him a good shake off camera, and we're going to see what energies come out. All right. Pineapple charming. Let me get my charm board here. We've got... Right now, you could take these however they resonate. You might have a tattoo of these things. You might do them as a profession. The initials might be significant for you in some way. I literally, like right off the bat, I just literally saw G-R-E-G, Greg. So you may be dealing with a Greg, or that it might straight up just be your name. All right, so take these as they resonate for you. Okay, this is only if you do not have a specific Sagittarian placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, okay, and want to know if there is a message in here for you because you have a different significant Sagittarian placement, okay. So we have the Patriots, the New England Patriots. So you may be a big fan of that team. You may consider yourself a patriot in general or live in the New England states. All right, we also have which is keeping a secret. So you may be keeping a secret right now, or you may feel like someone's keeping a secret from you, or you just may be very good at it. You may also know that silence is golden. We also have, yikes, we have our toxicity charms. So this is always a warning or a heads up that you may be dealing with toxic energy within yourself, and that's reflecting in the outer experience as a toxic person or situation. All right, that needs to be looked at. We also have the Lovers card. So you may be dealing with a Gemini or have strong or significant Gemini placements outside of your own Sagittarian energy. You may also have Aquarian energy. We've got the Star card here. Okay, so you may be an Aquarius or have strong or significant Aquarian placements outside of your Sagittarian placements. We also have a ball of yarn and knitting tools. So that may be a hobby of yours, or you may know someone who does, or have someone who has passed away that did, and that's their way of saying, hey, I'm here and I'm speaking for you today, or speaking for you, coming through me for you, right? Speaking, you know what I mean. We also got a rose here. All right, we've got a rose there. You may have a rose garden, have a rose tattoo, however it's special for you. We also have a black cat. We also have large cloth cutting scissors. Okay. You may just have a profession in general that uses scissors, if you're not like into clothing design and things like that. And we have an iron. Alright, so definitely two things came out to do with clothing and fashion. And then we have a purple crown. So you may be getting synchronicities for crown chakra. Okay. Or you just might consider yourself royalty in your own right. As far as the beads go, we do have Capricorn. All right, we've got a Capricorn bead that is the only zodiac sign out. And then as far as the letters go, we've got white and black G. So white is yang or masculine. Black is feminine. I've also got pink and blue and Pineapple Charming, and that's just to get extra specific for people so that people really can't deny what the fuck they're seeing. But you could take the letters any way that they're meant to be taken. So you could have Greg inside your name or be dealing with a Greg, or a Greg may just be significant for you in your life because we have two G's, R and E. The R is pink, one G is black, and obviously the other two are white. You could also have initials in any way, or be living in a location where the abbreviation of the state or country that you live in is G, R, or E including, right? So for those of you that needed specifics, especially if you don't have Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, that is for you. Pineapple Charming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So, again, timestamps are in the comments. You can float around if you want. I'm going to be using the Mystical Manga Tarot today. Okay, if you would like guidance, make sure you check out Ophiuchus, because that is my all-sign guidance reading that I do separate. You can check it out there. Now, in addition to all of the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter, at the very end, and it will be time-stamped, I will do a if you're dealing with a fill in the blank, right, whatever sign they are. So I'll be pulling 12 cards to see who you're dealing with, okay, and what that dynamic looks like for August. All right, so Saggy Suns, Spirit, Insight, please. What is going on? Specifically, insight into Saggy Sun placements. This reading obviously will not pertain to cross-watchers. I'm not talking to you if you're a Gemini Sun, right, watching for a Sag Sun. I'm talking about Sag Sun and you're watching it, okay? Cross-watchers, these will not apply. So, Sag Sun. What is going on, Spirit, please? With Sagittarian Sun signs this month, or in Divine Time whenever you catch it, because chances are if you're catching it in Divine Time, time works in a spiral. There's a message in here for you whenever it is that you catch it. We've got the Seven of Wands, and we've got the Sun card. What else? The Nine of Swords. And the Hanged Man. Clarities, please. Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, Three of Swords. Give me one more. And the Ace of Coin. Bottom of the deck is the Devil. Top of the deck is the Two of Coin. Alright, so Sag. My Saggy Suns. With the Two of Coin on top, I think you are very aware of the fact that you're dealing with the juggling of reality and an ideal that you have, and that they are not the same. I also think you're very aware of the fact that Spirit is bringing the shift in, and it's it's like the pilot letting the cabin know, like, hey, we're about to hit some turbulence. You know, it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of feeling that or sensing that. That you're about to get some turbulence here. Really, the Devil with the Moon and the Page of Cups underneath. Could be dealing with someone who has strong Capricorn or Piscean placements. I think you're working on other things, though. King and Queen of Cups are back to back on the bottom. Yeah, I think you're working on other things, though. So, whatever this shadow energy is, because I feel like you're in self-defense mode and overflowing love to yourself, right? That's the kickoff with the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups here. Let me turn these around for you so y'all can see these the way that I'm seeing them. Okay. We've got these cards here. Okay. We've got this Seven of Wands with the Ace of Cups. Now, you being in this higher ground or higher energy and receiving this overflow into the manifestation from Spirit, especially with the Sun card here and the Page of Swords, I think you are seeing things from a position of beginner's mind. I feel like it almost feels like you're cutting through the clouds, but you also are very aware of the fact that if you're not seeing something, it's for a reason. There's a reason why you're not seeing it, because I feel like you would try to avoid it. You might try and avoid it when really it's like super beneficial. So I think you know that, in a sense, ignorance is bliss. Like, you're riding with Spirit on that one. These two cards here feel wildly out of place. It doesn't even feel like your energy, but we have this Nine of Swords with the Three of Hearts. I mean, the Three of Hearts, the Three of Swords. And then the Hanged Man with the Ace of Coins. See, I think you are seeing things differently and receiving this cornucopia energy. So this interesting little pop in like around the third week of the month, it doesn't make any sense. And maybe it doesn't make any sense to you either. You know what? Give me further clarity on it. Give me further clarity on it, Spirit. Queen of Cups energy could be dealing with a Scorpio or other water sign, someone with strong scorpionic energy. And the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay. So that is also fixed air could be dealing with Aquarian energy as well. But I feel like with that being there, you're obviously dealing with someone who has really high expectations of you and is really upset or pissed, and not very nice. It's someone who's not very nice. Okay. Someone who won't let it go, right? Because the Queen of Cups and Rider-Waite, the cup is actually an urn. Okay, that's something that's long been dead. So you might have someone popping back up, especially because Mercury goes retrograde around this time, right? It goes retrograde on August 23rd. And obviously Venus is already retrograde. This might be someone that you had some kind of argument with, coming back up. Someone who is kind of slow to learn or make progress. I feel like if it's not you, because it genuinely does not feel like you. I mean, we've got all of this wonderful energy here, and then all of a sudden we have this weird pop-up, right, of nightmare and heartbreak, and then we have this really confused energy where it's like their heart knows what they want, but they don't know the truth of the situation. Like, they're not really seeing the higher perspective of spirit, right? Because Aquarian energy is fixed air. It is fixed frequency in the realm of thought and perception, right? It is the highest perception, which is spirit. There is no higher perspective than spirits. So if an Aquarius or Aquarian energy that someone has is having a very hard time, you know, dealing with certain things, it's because they themselves have stubbornly fixated on a different perception that's not spirits, right? It's not the universe's high perspective. You might be dealing with someone who obviously has attachment issues, right? It might be the Pluto and Capricorn energy coming up in a certain area of your life, and it's like I'm feeling like it's a redredging. Could be someone with strong Geminian energy as well, because both of these cards are, well, Geminian and then Libran. So, I mean, they could really be any air sign or just be really air heavy in their chart, right? All up in their fucking head. Looks like this feels like someone's having a fucking meltdown. Okay. Hopefully it's not you, Sag. I really don't feel like it's you. I mean, if you're a Saggy like me, especially a Sag Sun like me, and you're following my channel, I mean, I think you kind of have a good control of yourself and your emotions, right? Sovereignty is not reacting to the world, but responding to it. I think that you're well aware that everything in life happens for you because of you, and it's not happening to you to punish you or whatever. Or hurt you in any way, right? The universe is always working in your favor. So this might genuinely be someone else, strong air or water, specifically Aquarius or Scorpio placements that may be having a meltdown. They may be having a meltdown. Which is fine, because if they're reaching out to you, I think that you're good with dealing with it or responding to it, because the following cards are great, right? We have this Hanged Man energy, this enlightened kind of energy, this stillness with the Ace of Coin. I think you're manifesting a beautiful new beginning. So if we go week by week, like, you're very much in overflow to yourself. You're in your high light, right? Your inner child is being expressed. You're in this beginner's mind type of state, right? Where you're allowing yourself to learn, being the student of the divine. And then we have, you know, the middle to end of the month, the beginning of the end of the month. And someone's having a fucking meltdown. And it's mental, right? It's all swords. It's all swords. There's no basis in reality for it. There's no earth out here. This is not a spiritual catastrophe with dark entities. It's literally someone's mind just melting down. Okay, someone just having a meltdown. And it's not, I feel like it's not nearly as bad as they believe it to be. It's really not. It's fine. And then we have the Hanged Man with the Ace of Coins at the very end of the month. So I think, you know, if for whatever reason something in your life or experience or within yourself is melting down, you bounce right back and it's manifesting a brand new foundation, right? This cornucopia energy. I genuinely don't feel like there's anything for Saggy Suns to worry about. I think you're potentially dealing with someone who has very strong Scorpio or Aquarian energy, strong air or water, and they're having a meltdown. I don't feel like you're swayed or thrown off by the meltdown. This may be someone you were once in a relationship with that soured, someone who was dealing with, you know, childhood wounds or things like that. You may even have a childhood wound pop up, right, that you maybe need to forgive yourself for, but I think you're working on things. I really do feel like you're in alignment. Looking at the bottom of this deck, I think you're putting in the work for wish fulfillment. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, back to back on bottom in alignment. You're listening to Spirit's pings, right? You're holding true to that. I really don't feel, Sag, like you're suffering through this month by any means. Just be really well aware there's some interesting energy popping up towards the end of the month. Okay. The second half of the month. Just, I don't feel like you're going to get thrown off by it, but, you know, I'll remind you to not get thrown off by it anyway. Someone you definitely could have had an argument with or a falling out with that maybe you walked away from. Okay. So, there could also be like some kind of ghosting, right? Someone that's taken a while to see. Wow, and on the top of that deck we have that Strength card with the Moon and the Page of Cups, and they were all on the bottom of the other deck. So, yeah, I feel like whatever it is you're going through with this person, it could be a twin flame dynamic that you had participated in at one point that you're no longer participating in. They might be popping up or coming back in some which way, shape, or form. But yeah, I don't feel like you're being shook at all. I don't feel like you're being shook at all. I think you're gonna recognize whoever this is or whatever that energy is for exactly what it is. I don't think you're getting involved with it. Yeah, I don't feel like you're getting involved with it. If anything, you're in some kind of Capricorn energy and you're like, business is business. Like, we had a soul contract. We fulfilled that soul contract. Why you're coming back in here and trying to, you know, extend the contract is beyond me. Like, the contract's over. Like, you know, like, it's just the contract is over. So, that was Sag Suns. We're going to be getting into Saggy Moons. What is going on? Spirit, please, for Sagittarian moons. What is going on for Saggy moons at this time? What is going on? Knight of Swords, Page of Cups. Eight of Cups and the Four of Wands. Clarities, please. Ten of Cups, the Emperor. Page of Coin, and the Devil. Alright, bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. Top of the deck is the Two of Swords. Alright, Sag. Beings, this is the top and bottom of your deck, Sag Moon. You might be between a rock and a hard place when it comes to socializing or being around a specific third-party person. Possibly a King of Swords energy, or King of Coin energy. I almost said King of Swords. King of Swords would have been Libra. Alright, but the King of Coin is Capricorn. And we've got the Three of Swords underneath of that. So you may be really indecisive about letting somebody, especially if their MO is very money-minded or very boss kind of energy, right? If they like control, being in charge, and that's kind of their thing, they might be a little bit controlling in general, whether that's controlling in a good way and they know what the fuck they're doing, or it's controlling in a bad way and they're wildly insecure and hiding it with control, right? But I feel like with these energies being on the bottom, you're not that keen on letting them back in. Might be someone you lived with. It might be someone that you were intimate with. And and it fell apart, right? And it definitely fell apart, and then you had to move forward. Right, you had to move forward. That was the underlying thing, because things were not balanced. It wasn't reciprocal. It wasn't reciprocal. Maybe they wanted certain energy from you, but they weren't giving you certain energy back, and it wasn't balanced. And that's why it ended. And now they want back in, right? And now they want back in. So we got the Knight of Swords with the 10 of Cups here. We also have the Page of Cups with the Emperor. We've got the 8 of Cups with the Page of Coin. And then we've got the 4 of Wands with the Devil, okay? So this could definitely be a catalyst, right? A divine catalyst that you may have considered a twin flame at some time that was very toxic. Like, they're not your counterpart. You just might have thought that for a while, okay? Sag Moon. Especially if they're wanting back in, right? And this is towards the end of the month. This is after Mercury goes retrograde. This is while Venus is still retrograde. You may have a toxic ex come back up. Someone that you may have been married to at one time, or wanted and saw yourself marrying at one time. Maybe you joked about calling each other husband and wife, right? But this person was ultimately toxic. So you're in this Knight of Swords, 10 of Cups energy. So I think your actions are communicating joy, are communicating fulfillment. You might very much be marriage material. I think you're manifesting or speaking from or creating from throat chakra the correct energy. The Page of Cups with the Emperor, I think you're showing yourself compassion and showing yourself mercy. I think you're in a great position at the beginning of the month, energetically speaking, which is probably why this energy is rearing its ugly fucking head to try and pull you out of it. But I think you've moved forward from it, and you've created a new beginning, or you are moving forward and creating a new beginning, right, with the 8 of Cups and the Page of Coins, because the Page of Coins is carpe diem. It's seize the day, right, seizing the moment. It's planting the seed today to grow something beautiful tomorrow. You're moving forward with this, right? That 8 of Cups is forward movement. I think you've walked out of your dark night, and someone's like, oh, no, you don't. Like, no, trying to pull Sag Moon back in, like, oh, you thought you were going to the bright side, right? You thought you were going to go to that greener grass over there, and Sag Moon's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely do want to go where the grass is greener. Like, you were obviously toxic as hell, and if that pops up at the end of the month for you, Sag Moon, and you were being indecisive, right? 2 of Swords energy, not sure what to do. I think the clear answer is just to continue moving forward. Like, I'm sorry, we have a history. I don't wish you anything but the best energy, best life, but, you know, as far as any future goes between you and I don't see that panning out the way you want it to pan out. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like, I have sincerely moved forward. You know what I mean? And I think that would be the best bet with this energy, because it definitely feels like someone toxic is trying to pop back up, and I'm hearing sink their teeth in. You know, they just want to drain your life force energy or get you locked in some way. They might be painting a picture of celebrating being back together, happily ever after, wanting to finally do it the right way, or do things, you know, the way it always should have been done. And it's just bullshit. It's just the devil, right? It's just the devil trying to get what they want, trying to get you back into their sphere, And it's just I feel like it's just gonna crap out all over again, right? I mean, there's a reason why you're hesitant, and the past experience was what it was, and I don't think they're gonna be any different. So, you know, take that for what it is. If you've got an ex popping back up, especially towards the end of the month, same old toxic shit from them. Okay? Same old toxic shit from them. You are a Saggy moon. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they're still controlling. I feel like they're not treating you like an equal, right? They're not considering you the way you consider them. It'll still be non-reciprocal. Right, they just miss what you were giving them. They don't actually care what you should have been given, though, you know, and that's the thing. All right, Saggy rising. Saggy risings. Spirit, what is going on with Sag risings at this time? We got the World, the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and the King of Wands. All right, clarities, please. We've got the Ace of Swords with the World card. That's a breakthrough. We've got the Nine of Swords on the Six of Wands. We've got the Fool on the Lovers and the Tower on the King of Wands. Interesting. King of Cups is on the bottom, with the Empress on top. Ooh. All right. With that energy here, I think you're in major receptivity with the Empress on top. You may be having some very significant or substantial gains in whatever in your Taurian house, right? Especially because Jupiter's there. It's helping elevate that house. That would be your 6th house, right? Give or take if you use, you know, true houses or whole houses in your birth chart. But I feel like wherever Taurus is and has Jupiter right now, you're getting major gains there. Major gains there. Especially perspective-wise, or major healings psychologically to that arena. Right, when it comes to your health and your service in the greater of things. With the King of Cups and the Page of Swords under that, Page of Wands under that, I feel like you're... Ooh, double sevens under that. Yeah, triple sevens? Is that triple sevens? Did I see that right? Yeah, 777. Seven of Cups, Seven of Coins, Seven of Wands in a row. Ooh, and then the Devil. You might be hitting some fucking jackpot. You might be hitting some jackpot. Especially with Pluto retrograding into Capricorn, because that's chunky money. That's your 2nd house, right? Capricorn would be your 2nd house if you're a Sag rising. So you might be coming into some really chunky money. or at least the opportunity to create chunky money. Okay, like money big enough that you could leave it as an inheritance for someone else, right? Legacy type level of money. So if that's not actually coming in for you this month, then the steps are being taken to create it this month. Okay, that would be the long-term result of the things you're choosing now. Then we've got this energy here. Okay. And it kind of starts like, you know, weeks progression through the month. We start with the World and the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords with the World card, that's a major breakthrough. I feel like something is completely being shut out from the past, like closed door, closed energy on who you were, what you were dealing with, who you were dealing with, circumstances, major, major, major closure. And it's going to come with a lot of truth or clarity, right, about the direction you're heading in or what has needed to be done. This may be with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Swords, and oh fuck moment, right? Especially if you are not aware that something is closing come the beginning of August, right? You might be like, oh shit. Especially if it's known or publicized in some way, not necessarily like public on Facebook, but like just public, like people in your life know. This is not just an internal anxiety. It is a very outward manifestation. The Six of Wands can sometimes be very public. So it wouldn't just be you seeing it, right? It would be witness to other people. It's a victory, but it's not necessarily comfortable. I think it might cause you a lot of anxiety. Spirit's like, hey, bringing you a blessing, and you are not prepared. And or do not view it like a blessing, right? I think that Spirit is coming through at the beginning of the month and sticking a knife in something and completing it for you. It's in high alignment, but you might be freaking out. Okay? You might be freaking out. The Lovers with the Fool here, it's Geminian energy, Uranian energy, / Aryan energy with the Fool. I'm feeling like, I feel like you're being shoved into union with yourself, okay? To be completely fair, Sag rising. I feel like you're being shoved into union with yourself, especially because we have the King of Wands with the Tower. This can sometimes be Sagittarian's energy. It's also Aryan energy and Mars energy here with the Tower. And Aries just got North Node. So, like, if that is trining on your ascendant, there could be major, major shakes to how you're seeing yourself, right? And what you're doing. Mars is going to be retrograding. Is it retrograding? No. I know Mercury and Venus are. Where the fuck is Mars at? Mars is in Virgo, though. It's in Virgo with Mercury. Which, to be fair, that's squaring your ascendant. That's your midhaven. That's your midhaven squaring your ascendant. So the meticulous things you need to do, okay, with Mars, and Aries trining on your rising, I feel like that energy towards the end of the month, especially because Mercury's going to get really dang close to it before it goes retrograde. They're going to be within like 3 degrees of each other. And then Mercury goes retrograde and it flips into Libra, which is where South Node is. I feel like that's a major humbling. Like, you really can't miss a beat. You know, Mars and Virgo, challenging your rising. If you're not doing what needs to get done, the way that it needs to get done, you cannot skip steps, right? And Sag is not a reality-based, this is what I need to do today, to-do list kind of a sign, right? Sag flies by the seat of their fucking pants and does as they're guided, right? And I feel like you can't miss a ping. You can't miss a ping when it comes to intuition and spirit without getting some kind of challenge. And it's because it is elevating your inner self, right? Because Aries would then be your 4th house, which could be your IC line, right? Your Imam Koli, or your inner child, as I call it, your IC. And I think this is where you really need to take responsibility for the choices that you're making. Like, you can't be reckless, right? Like, an Aries IC line in its shadow can be really reckless and impulsive and, you know, do things that they know are wrong, and they're like, well, just forgive me for it. And it's like, no, you know, no, I'm not just going to forgive you for it. You have to right the wrong, right? Mars and Virgo is like, you have to right the wrong, or you're not elevating, or you're not rising. It's going to challenge the shit out of you, right? Things need to be reflected upon. Things need to be corrected. And it has to be done the right way, right? Virgo Midheaven, things have to be done the right way. At least, well, Virgo in the 10th, right? It has to be done the right way. You can argue with spirit all you want. You can argue with spirit all you want. Well, why can't I just move forward? Why can't I just this? Why can't I just that? Because if you don't fucking right the wrong and you sweep shit under the rug, spirit's going to pull the rug out from under you later and tell you to clean it. At some point, you got to clean it. And right now, with Mars being on your midheaven and Mercury retrograding over your midheaven, like, you can't just fuck off and forget. You can't just fuck off and forget. Like, if you are dealing with, you know, internalized shit, you gotta clean up your shit. Like, that's essentially what this is, right? That tower at the end. If you want to reach your highest manifestation, right, if you want to manifest from spirit, right, this is spirit's desire. This is high desire being made manifest. If you want to be the leader of your life and truly be in control, or be the hero of your story, then you really got to heed Mars. You got to heed the challenge coming to you from your midheaven, your 10th house with Mars and Virgo, and really rise to the challenge. Like, fine, spirit, challenge accepted. I'm not going to be a little bitch. You want me to clean this shit up? You want me to make right by it? Fine, I'm capable. I'll do it. I'll do it, right? Spirit's asking you to step up in a big way. Sag rising. All right, there's major completions happening for Sag rising. There's definitely some kind of public, this could be public embarrassment, to be fair. Even though it is a victory, it's not going to feel that way. And literally being shoved into divine union with the self. I mean, you're definitely going to have to take the steps that are required of you. I don't think you can get around it. So Sag rising, if you've been putting it off, Spirit said you can't put it off anymore because there's big things meant to be received. Right? And if you feel that and sense that and it's not coming, it's because you weren't taking the proper actions before. And Spirit said, I can't wait on you to choose it anymore. I'm sorry, not sorry, right? Sorry, not sorry. I kind of have to force you into it now. So, Sag risings, expect what might feel like a chaotic month, but know that it is a blessing, okay? It is a blessing. Even if it doesn't quite seem that way, you will thank Spirit later. All right. Saggy Jupiter. All right, Sag Jupiter placements. What is going on? For those of you who have Jupiter in Sag. What is going on? For Saggy Jupiter placements. What energy is that bringing? Right, now this is going to definitely correspond to the different Jupiter energy going on right now in Taurus, which is incongruent or quincunxing your sign. Okay, your Jupiter sign. We have the Queen of Cups, the Two of Wands, the World card, and the Ten of Cups. Clarities, please. We have the Knight of Coins clarifying the Queen of Cups. Four of Wands clarifying the Two of Wands, and the Six of Swords clarifying the World. And then we have the Ten of Swords clarifying the Ten of Cups. Give me one more on that. Further clarify that, please. Alright, three more. Have it your way, Spirit. Ace of Wands, Justice, and the Star. Okay. Nine of Swords on bottom, with the Six of Coin on top. This Nine of Swords, I believe, has presented itself in every reading, which is wild. Alright. I think this is being consciously aware of the fact that there needs to be equal give and take, equal reciprocity when it comes to currencies, right? There's 5 forms of currency. There's knowledge currency, which is the sharing of knowledge and experiences in order to help and teach other people, right? Teaching through experience. There's love currency, which is truth, loyalty, compassion, commitment, right? Love currency, honor and integrity. There's physical currency, which could be everything from being physically present, getting tasks done, the sharing of the body, right? Then there's money, financial currency, which is pretty obvious. And then there's time, right? Time, what we invest our time in as a currency, including obtaining all of the other currencies, right? Time kind of umbrellas over a lot, but you can give someone your time. So it has to be equal, right? When we talk about love languages, people hold one of those 5, at least one of those 5, as a love language, right? Some people speak more than one language. Some people don't speak any. They don't give any of their energy to other people. It's where we get to like sociopathic, narcissistic type psycho energy. But most people speak at least one love language. And I feel like whatever situations you've been in, I think you're weighing the energy, right? I think you're weighing the situation. And maybe just because you have a lot of a certain energetic currency doesn't mean you have to give it to those who are impoverished, right? And people who are in energetic poverty. Right? They don't have love to give. They're too wounded. They can't be honest. They can't commit. They can't be sincere. They can't be compassionate. They can't hold empathy, right? They don't speak love language. They don't have any money, right? They're broke. They're financially broke. They're lack mentality. They're always strapped, living day to day, broke, right? They don't have any knowledge or experience to share. They're not teaching anybody anything. They're just struggling through their days, and there's no wisdom or lessons being learned, and therefore they have nothing to teach. They don't have any time to give you. They don't have any physical currency to give you. Like they don't show up. You know, like there's those people, they just want from you when it's convenient for them. But if it's not convenient for them to be there for you, then they're not, right? If they're not benefiting from it in some way, they're not giving, right? Which is not, it's not fair, right? It's not fair. And I feel with that Nine of Swords on the bottom, the anxiety is real. The confusion is real, right? This Eight of Swords, I don't know what to do energy is real. I think you want this Ace of Coin energy, right? But there's a judgment call that needs to be made. So Sag Jupiters may be having to cut something off, whether it's a person, place, or situation. Sag Jupiter, I think, is realizing that something's not fucking fair. And it's causing them stress, right? It's causing them stress. If it was fair, it wouldn't cause you stress. If it was fair, it wouldn't cause you anxiety. If it was fair, it wouldn't be feeling like it's draining you, right? To be completely fair. It wouldn't feel like it's draining you. So, with that being said, let me flip these around for you. Okay. So that you can see what's going on here. Okay. Queen of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Coins. Mind you, these are like progressions through the month. You could look at them as the different weeks, right? But as progressions through the month. At the beginning of the month, we have the Queen of Cups with the Knight of Coins. So the Queen of Cups, Scorpionic energy, is notorious for putting people on pedestals. Okay. And the Knight of Coins, it's very slow energy. So you may have been very slow to put someone on a pedestal, and or they may have been exceptionally slow at putting you on a pedestal, or at least meeting you as an equal on one. All right. We do have the Two of Wands with the Four of Wands, which, you know, is like a pause on celebration. It's a pause on commitment. Okay. It's a pause on commitment. Not sure if you want to move forward in a certain direction or not. Ultimately, I think you're moving forward. I think if at some point in August you're wondering whether or not something is worth it or someone is worth it, depending on where, you know, Jupiter Sag falls in your chart, that would be the arena and area of your life to which this is significant. I feel like if you were thinking about it at the beginning of the month, feeling through it, right, wondering what if, I think come the second half of the month, you're clearly shutting it down and moving forward with the World card and the Six of Swords. And I'm getting this, it feels like you're annoyed even. And maybe you're not necessarily annoyed with whatever you're moving forward from, but annoyed with yourself for even thinking that. Right, especially because we have this Ten of Cups with the Ten of Swords here. Like, fantasizing about the Ten of Cups with someone or something was fucking painful. Yeah, Ace of Wands, Justice, and the Star. I think you're initiating, right, with this Ace of Wands, ignition, balance, justice, and healing. This might be particularly important if you have strong Aquarian, Libran placements, or fixed sign energy, right? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. But I feel like Uranus being in Taurus with Jupiter, right, quincunxing on your Jupiter placement, that energy, I'm feeling like you're almost annoyed with yourself in August for ever considering or thinking that you could have a happy outcome with someone. And I think that the betrayal is maybe worse than you thought. I'll give an example, right? It's like, maybe you work with someone and they're going on vacation, or they're going on some kind of leave, or you're going to be going on vacation or some kind of leave, and there's like some time anticipated apart from this person. And maybe you expressed to this person prior to the leave that you were interested in them, and maybe they responded in a weird way, reacted in a weird way. They weren't necessarily keen on moving forward with the fact that you liked them. Like, they made it really awkward, and so you know, cut it off or just ended it like, this is fucking stupid, you know, whatever. And then, you know, this leave happens, and you're like, well, maybe when I come back it'll be a little different, or maybe when they come back it'll be a little bit better, right? Maybe because there's been some time and space, it'll work out really well, and, you know, we can make it work in a positive direction together. And then you or them get back from leave, and you realize they've completely, it's like you get back from leave and they've been shit-talking you at work the whole time. Or they're embarrassing you or making fun of you in some way for liking them. Like, can you believe that? They're this, they're that, and they even thought they could be with me. Like, and you're just like, wow. Like, I actually thought for a second that you and I could have a happy ever after type situation, and you're a complete fucking bitch. You're a complete asshole. You know what I mean? It's like, and so the initiation of the healing takes place, which, to be fair, the best revenge is a glow up. So, yeah, I feel like something's going on for you in which you cannot fucking believe it. Like, I that's what I feel, like this 10 of Swords with the 10 of Cups. I feel like you can't fucking believe it. Like, you decided to move forward from it and kind of let it go, only for it to, like, literally rear up and just be fucking toxic. And it forces you to heal. It forces you to heal. It's not what you anticipated. It's not what you anticipated. Okay. Blessing, sure. But an uncomfortable one. Right? Uranus doesn't come without revelation. So, yeah, depending on where that energy falls in your chart, there's definitely healing going on. But it's, I feel like it's abruptly different from what you thought. Right, it could pertain to family too, right? The same situation can apply. Maybe you got a huge blow up with your family member. You spend some time apart. Maybe you distance yourself. You're not talking to anybody, and then you finally reach out to someone, and you realize the whole fucking family's turned against you because of whatever bullshit the other person was saying, right? Maybe they were spreading lies or exaggerating or whatever to try and save face because you hurt them, and you know, like, the projection is fucking hardcore, and I feel like you are just like, wow. And I actually came into this thinking that we could still be friends after, or we could still talk after and have a happy family, you know, and it's just like, you know, it really depends on where your Jupiter Sag placement falls in your chart. Like, if it's your 7th house with a partner, like, you could have a blow up with a partner, take some space, step out for a couple hours just to cool off, and by the time you come back, they already called their sister, they already called their mother, they're already packing their shit, and you're a fucking asshole, and you're just like, whoa. Like, whoa, right? Where the fuck did that come from, right? Or the other way around, maybe you're with a partnership and you deal with a guy and you have a blow up, and so you create space, separate yourself, maybe go and hang out with your family, and then before you know it, they're out there with their boys at the fucking bar and they're cheating or some shit. You're just like, damn, like, we had one argument and you're already like trying to hit up some fucking fresh whatever. Like, for real? Like, you're already texting your ex? Like, that's who you are? And I thought we could work this out? Like, damn. Right? So pay attention to the house in which your Jupiter placement lies, because that's where that energy is going to be specific, right? Pay attention to that. All right. Last but not least, if you're dealing with a through the zodiac signs. We're going to move from Aries to Pisces and see what is going on. Spirit, I need 12 cards, please. I need 12 cards. What is going on? Sagittarius, dealing with an Aries. Sagittarius, dealing with an Aries. That is not 12. That is more than just a card, Spirit. If you're dealing with an Aries, you could be super confused as to why they're not moving forward with you, why they're potentially missing an opportunity with you. It's probably because they're going through some Chiron lesson. They're super burdened right now with a specific healing task that they're going through. They're not receiving your energy right now, and it's because I feel like there's overwhelm. There's overwhelm. They have other shit going on. All right, they have other shit going on right now. I don't think it's anything personal. If you're dealing with a Taurus, Ace of Swords, I feel like if you're dealing with a Taurus, Sag, that there's some kind of revelation and a communication that actually allows things to become more clear. Right, I think if you've been trapped in your head about someone with with Taurian energy and or a Taurus has been in their head or shut off from you, I think there's some kind of communication coming through that's highly beneficial so that you guys can get on the same page. If you are dealing with a Gemini, we got the Page of Cups. You can expect an apology or at least some kind of forgiveness, either you to them or them to you, some kind of compassion, maybe wanting to take a chance at starting over and makeup sex. And makeup sex, maybe. All right, that's if you're dealing with a Gemini. There could be some reconciliation there. At least new grounds for understanding. If you're dealing with a Cancer, there's a wish being granted. That's pretty clear, right? 9 of Cups came out if you're dealing with a Cancer, so that is very fortuitous. I wanted to say optimistic, but that is not the word I was looking for. Definitely some kind of wish come true if you're dealing with Cancerian energy. If you're dealing with a Leo, we've got the 3 of Wands here. Give me one more if they're dealing with a Leo. And the Fool card. I think you're moving on from the Leo, or the Leo is moving on from you. Okay, there may also be some travel, right? If you're not literally moving away from each other, then you're definitely traveling towards each other. So take that as it resonates if you're dealing with a Leo. Or you might be taking a leap of faith in their direction, or vice versa. If you're dealing with a Virgo, the Virgo might be expressing to you that, and I think they're coming at you real, right? I don't think they're bullshitting you. I think they're coming at you real. I think they're being very self-aware and in their emotions and letting you know that they need help, right? They need help and that they're overwhelmed or overburdened, and I feel like they don't want to lose something, whatever that something is, whether it's you or something else, and they need help. I think like a Virgo's coming to you for help. If you're dealing with a Libra, we've got Queen of Wands and 5 of Swords energy. I don't think your Libra's ready. Okay, if you're dealing with a Libra, I think you're dealing with someone who would rather argue than work things out. I think that they might still be looking at you like you turned your back on them. They might be still in a wounded state and hold some kind of bitterness if you're dealing with a Libra. Scorpio, Queen of Wands came right back out with the Star card. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, I definitely think there's some healing there. And I feel like whatever was missing before, either in your relationship with them, or if this is a new relationship, then I think that it is extremely healing. Okay, whatever this energy is right here. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, it feels really positive. I feel like you're on the same page and speaking the same language. Okay, I think there's a certain degree of higher wish fulfillment with the Star card that is more than just a 9 of Cups, which is a wish that we choose to create. I think this is a divine wish being fulfilled. Okay, especially if there's also significant Leo energy involved or significant Aquarian energy involved, or that's the axis, right, Leo Aqua, that is being worked out between the two of you, right, if there's some kind of integration there with the fixed energy, okay, there's some integration there. I think that Scorpio is in, is either feeling like you're the high wish, or you're feeling like Scorpio is the high wish, okay, for August. I think there's definitely some kind of, like I said, Uranian energy with the Aquarius star card. I feel like there's revelation that comes along with it concerning a Scorpio. If you're dealing with another Sag, done. You're not dealing with another Sag. We've got the 5 of Swords with the Death card, and I feel like there is going to be closing arguments. Closing arguments. If you're dealing with another Sag, that's not gonna pan out well. Expect to go your separate ways. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they may be spying on you with the Page of Swords. Give me one more, and the Ace of Wands. They might even be doing a little sexy magic, looking at your pictures, right? Self-pleasure. But you definitely got someone spying on you, and someone who wants a new beginning. They might definitely have sexual desires towards you as well. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, don't mean they ain't toxic. Take it as it resonates, but you got someone spying on you and admiring your pictures. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, what is going on if you're dealing with an Aqua? We've got the Knight of Swords and the 2 of Coin. If you're dealing with Aquarius, there might be some communication that comes through, but I don't think they know what the fuck they want or need yet. All right, I think they're juggling some kind of reality with some kind of ideal, and the two are not the same, and they might be communicating to you that they're going through some kind of turbulence, and they might be looking to you for an answer. Okay, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, there's communication, but I don't see anything solid here, okay, if you're dealing with an Aquarius. I don't know if it has longevity or not. I think they're in a position of needing help, but that does not equate long-term foundation. All right, if you're dealing with Pisces, we've got the 8 of Swords. Why? I don't think you know what to fucking do with the Pisces, that 8 of Swords. You might be feeling like they're giving you ultimatums. Or they're being a complete fucking hypocrite. Like, they might want things to be equal, they might want things to be fair, and then they also want to be sovereign. Like, you know, they want equal give and take in a relationship, but they want to be completely in their own light and do their own thing. And or vice versa. They may be putting pressure on you to commit into a relationship and bring balance to situations, and you're just in your own light and wanting to do your own thing. I don't know if you know what the fuck to do with a Pisces. I think you might be better off on your own. I think you might be better off on your own, Sag. If you're in that much anxiety, you know, with Pisces, and you're stuck in your head and you're feeling trapped and restricted, then the best bet is probably just leaving, right? Is probably just doing your own thing and not, you know, being concerned with how they're going to react to what the fuck you're doing. Like, if you want to do it, it feels good for you to do it, and you're not hurting anybody. Like, it's not your intention to hurt anybody. You're just being yourself, and they're all, you know, panties fucking twisted. Well, you know, that's a them problem. You know what I mean? So, with that, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the extra big bonus. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and commenting between this message and your other Sagittarian reading for this month, which is all about divine confirmation. Between these two videos, you have another shot at getting bonus recordings like this for October. If you want to flash back into July, right, hindsight's 2020, and get some bonus run energies for September, do your thing. Right, do your thing. Help me, help you, help me. So thank you so much. I appreciate you and love you, all of you, and I will see you next time. Bye, Sag.